Welcome back everyone to the fields of Perthshire. Just me and Albert at the minute. The trainee, the sorcerer's apprentice, and me. We're just out for a quick hour and a half. So we're on our usual fields. He popped down to see me. He'd been out detecting the other day and found a few bits and bobs, so just showing me what he'd found. And I said, you know what, we've probably got about 90 minutes of daylight, so let's go and see if we can find anything. So we've drove up to one of my permissions, and as you can see, it's barley stubble. It's produced Roman, medieval and modern, so fingers crossed there's something to be had. Well, Albert reckons he's got himself a big Roman denarius. Oh, it looks like it's out the hole. It's a bit of a dodgy signal, but I've got one just here as well. Let's give you a listen. Don't think it's a coin, but it sounds okay. Let's see. Albert's still searching for his. Mine is out the hole. Basically the first signal I've had. Oh, that's it there. Change hands. Is that a coin? Or a button? I think it's a button. It is. I think it's lead. It's maybe a hemweight or something like that. Oh, I think we've got decoration. Right, let me give this a wee clean up off camera. See what we've got. Was that a denari then? No, a lump of iron. It was a... This feels like a bit of bronze.
Reading on 80?
80. I think it is. I think that's like a bit of like metalworking, bronze or slag, something like that. Right, let me have a wee look at this. I think this is interesting. In fact, there's a dot. I think we might have something good here. Right, let me give this a rub up and we'll see. What do you make of that? What is that? That's almost like a hammered coin. It's got a decorated circle in the middle. It's got a cross, and it's got 3 pellets or circles in each of the 4 quarters. It's not quite round, it's almost got like a square sort of shape to it, but it's not a button because the holes don't go all the way through. And on the other side it looks like there's a cross and there's something going on in each of the 4 sort of corners. I think it's lead. Pretty certain it's made of lead, and my guess would be that it's probably some kind of token. Maybe like a gaming token or something like that. What do you reckon? I would say medieval because of the cross and the dots. But what do you think? Could it be Roman? Could it be more modern? Let me know in the comments below. Great start. Okay, we've got a wee faint signal here. Sounds quite small. Could it be a wee Roman? Or it might be a little bit of coke or charcoal. Let's give it a look and see. Damn you, it is a piece of charcoal, a piece of coke. Gives off a signal as if it's metal because it's mineralised. Damn, I was kind of hoping we were onto a little 4th century Roman coin, because they sometimes come through that sort of chirpy and faint way, but not to be. On to the next. Well, it's been pretty quiet. It's getting dark, and basically had almost no signals apart from the only definite good signal I had, I would say, was the little lead token that I got. But we've got something here. Very erratic, but might be just a bit of tin foil, but you never know. And it was indeed a piece of aluminium, or aluminum as some of you might say. A tin can or a Coke can or something along those lines. Well, it's well seen I am metal detecting in Scotland because I've found a bottle top, but it is Dewar's whiskey, Dewar's Scotch whiskey. Now this is from a whiskey distillers, a famous distillers called Dewar's, who are based in Aberfeldy in Perthshire, and nowadays they're owned by Bacardi. They come under the Bacardi, is that also Bacardi, is it Pernod? I can't remember now. But they were founded sometime about the 1840s, 1850s. I think it was John Dewar was the name of the founding father, but it was his two sons, John and the other one was called Tommy, that took Dewar's to another level. They basically created marketing as we know it today, and thanks to a disease in vines in France that caused a decimation of the brandy production, the Dewar's Whiskey Company in particular marketed all around the world, particularly in America, and quite rapidly Dewar's became the biggest whiskey producer in the world, all thanks to Tommy and John, and they invented modern day marketing as we know it today. So I'm sure this is probably a little worker out in the field having a wee swift half in between picking his potatoes. But there you go. How to string a video out from finding bottle tops. Light is fading rapidly. This may well be my last signal, but Albert reckons he's either got a coin or a can, and I'm inclined to say about the same actually, somewhere here. There. I think that could be a coin, just to finish things off. Let's see what we get. One spadeful out the ground, and she's out. See something round? Right there. Is it? Yes it is. Look at that. So, coin or button? It's going to struggle to focus because the light's getting so bad. I think I've got a coin. I think. I can't even tell. I think I have. There's no shank. Right, let's give it a clean up and see. There we go. It's Gorgeous George. Georgius V, by the grace of God, King of the Britons, Defender of the Faith and Emperor of India. It looks like a halfpenny. I've had to put my torch on because it's so dark. And on the back, Britannia seated, halfpenny, and the moment of truth. Do we have a date? 1915, start of World War I. Well, a year in, started in 1914 in Europe. And there we go, a coin. Fantastic. It's probably my last signal of the day. I'll see if we turn anything up. If I do, then I will edit this video to remove this bit. I'm hoping to get out tomorrow. Should be able to get a pretty good day's worth of metal detecting if I'm lucky. That is us just about finished for today. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I am over the moon to get a coin, always a good sign, and also this little lead thing, this little lead token. Find of the day for Albert. We thought he was going to sneak himself a wee coin at the death, but it is a button with no decoration. You can see in the middle, then where the shank was. In fact, it's still got the loop attached, it's just been squashed. So date wise, probably going to be sometime 16, maybe into the 1700s, so more than likely Georgian in date. It's a bit crudely made, but it's better than nothing. Right, well, I started off by saying it's the Roman field, and Albert has never found... What's the oldest coin you've found, Albert?
That's it.
I know, but before this?
1864.
1864 is the oldest coin he's ever found. He's only started detecting, and I said, you know what, let's go out on this field. It's called the Roman field because we've found lots, as the name would suggest, of Roman coins on it. And he just found that button, and literally what, 3 feet away from it?
Yep.
he got another signal and we thought, it's probably just, so that was his button, and he got another signal right here, and I said, it's probably the guy lost his whole jacket. We dug away. What I thought was a signal was a stone, and then he plucked this out, and it's a Roman coin. I'm going to give it a wee rub-a-dub, see if we can get some detail, but there is definitely a figure on the back. You can just make out a man standing, or a male figure standing, so let me give it a wee clean up and see if we can get some detail. But you broke your duck. This is probably going to be from about 300 AD. So you've just beaten your oldest coin by 1,500 years. Right, let's give it a rub and see. Well, here we go. Can you make out a head in the middle? We'll look into the right hand side. He's got a sort of typical Roman hairstyle. And there's his ear. He's got a headband on, or a laureate wreath in his hair. And that is probably going to be one of the Constantines. Constantine the First, Constantine the Second, Constantius. Sometimes they've got multiple names, but Constantine the Great is probably the most famous. So I reckon that's going to be sometime around the 330s to 360 AD. And it's even better on the back. You have got a figure standing holding a staff or a spear. It looks like they've got a cornucopia on the right hand side, which is the horn of life, or the horn of plenty. So it's probably some sort of deity or god-like figure, and probably dates to the first half of the 4th century. There's also some letters along the bottom. I can't quite make them out, but that will almost certainly be a mint mark. It could be something like Consta for Constantinople, but that is Albert's first ever Roman coin, and it's a beauty. Well done. Well done, Albert. I was kind of hoping we'd get a Roman coin, but running out of daylight, I thought there was no chance, and it's literally your first good signal.
Yeah.
Well done, son. Excellent. Delighted for you.